Oh, okay.
He the note
His
the
pronouns
note
are they,
said,
them.
sorry, oh my god, you're
No.
so right. Sorry. Their pronouns.
I'm gonna bring up awful use of language. What's up? Oh, I see that quote on your shirt. Yeah.
You have a question. What did you do to contribute towards what you think of your own self? Like, how have you contributed towards the non-binary title?
How I contributed? What? Wait, what?
I wouldn't say it has an ending point. I'm just saying, have you contributed to that of like how an individual who believes that they are trans would like, doing all of those
So you're
procedures
talking
just to
about
make what?
transitioning, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Socially, yeah. Oh my gosh, I think they got voice chat banned. Oh, awful use of language. I swear you were just here. All right, man. What's up?
You're good, man. So the question still stands. So what did you do to contribute towards your change? If you know what I'm going for.
Yeah. I just like told some of my friends, and I got my hair bleached and dyed, and stopped wearing the stuff you would see a middle school boy wearing.
To interject, sorry to
Oh,
interject,
go
but do
ahead.
you realize what you did actually negatively contribute towards our society? Believe it?
How? In what way?
With raising indignities, we see unnecessary protests occur because of people like you who refuse to abide by what
Unnecessary,
their nature. Yeah, yeah,
unnecessary
yes,
protests. Even
yes.
if,
Where
even if like the protests were unnecessary, why would that like be a negative?
I mean, yeah. So you didn't let me go ahead and
Oh,
follow up of
go
why it
ahead.
would be
Sorry.
negative, but so my follow up would be that the protests, they take a lot of expenses from that of the government. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, especially through that of vandalism, through that of just theft. A lot of antics occur through that
Okay, I
of
think you're talking about
basically just
riots, not protests. I don't care
no, you
about.
can there you can recognize them as both. Have you seen basically protests shift to that of riots if you really followed up with history, especially with that of what occurred in 2020 regarding that of George Floyd, if you know.
That has nothing to
But
do
what
with
I'm saying
non-binary
is,
people, yeah. But yeah.
yeah, yeah, but I'm referencing it as a source for how protests and like basically riots can actually cause problems. But the thing I'm trying to say is your Switch is a disgusting subject to common societal values, basically the core point. That's what
Mm,
I'm going for. And your Switch
okay.
was an effect of a messed up chemical structure of your brain. And a
Messed
certain
up.
German
Okay.
leader targeted towards a certain demographic
Hold
distinction.
on.
I
Do you have
personally
any
think we need
like
another
evidence that
leader
it?
to
Oh,
uphold
no,
that
hold on,
exact
hold on,
value.
hold on. I'm not. Do you have any evidence that it was a messed up switch in my brain or something, or like not switch in my brain, but like
Yeah, your voice, the way you're talking, your diction, basically your speech latency, almost everything around you. Basically, the way you're conversing with one another digitally shows a lot. But basically, yeah, Switch like
okay.
that is
No, no, go
unnatural.
ahead. What
So
does that show? Like, I mean,
what? Your diction, your speech latency, like everything surrounding the way you talk to me, it shows a lot actually. I can create a
sure.
very simple evaluation to how your brain structure has changed. I mean, I see that
Huh?
your
Okay.
switch actually is being applied towards the way you speak to another
Yeah.
interlocutor.
Well,
Okay, so
I
would you
think I've
argue
kind of
against
always
anything?
spoken like this even before I knew I was non-binary.
I mean, you're very profound to the switch, so I doubt it. I
No,
doubt you'd recognize the person you once were about 1 year ago before you switch, if I remember correctly from
I
what you
felt
said.
the exact same. I just didn't know how to put a word to it. A year before the switch, I thought I was a trans woman, but I didn't know what being
A
non-binary
trans.
was. Yeah. All I knew is I didn't feel
Okay,
like a
so
boy, and I thought the only other option was to
okay.
feel like a girl, but I didn't feel like a girl either.
Okay, but my last and my final conclusion from that of like what I believe what you did is wrong would be a certain German leader targeted towards a certain demographic extinction. I personally think we need another leader to uphold that exact value. And
I mean, you can
that
rage bait
value,
all you want, man. That's cool.
I'm not rage baiting, I'm just spouting truth. You cannot deny what I said. Failed to do so.
Um, I I'm just like,
would you
where? Why
would
do
you
we
like to
need?
serve a proposition to deny the truth of what I'm doing is rage bait? I mean, I think what you're doing is
I think it's clearly
giving the
rage bait
false
because
recognition.
nobody would like
Nobody, that's just a thought.
no,
That's not
not
something that
nobody.
you can
Yeah,
deny.
you're. I think it's just very. This is a
You're
very
lost in words.
exaggerated view that you should like
What
that we
makes
should
it
have another
exaggerated? Can you justify that?
that we should have another extermination. That's a pretty like That's a
Weak
view.
PSR, by the way.
I think
Your
that's
argument's invalid.
okay, I don't care. I think that's something someone would say if they wanted to get a
Okay,
reaction
you
out of
don't have to
someone.
care for it to be invalid. You don't have to care for it to be invalid. You just
Okay.
may be wrong.
But
I'm not
also
willing to accept that you're wrong.
let's go. Why do you think there should be another why do you think we should get another event like that for I'm
Event like
assuming
what? Be specific. I don't know what you're going for.
man, I'm gonna get voice chat ban. What you were saying earlier.
I was just giving off like what I felt about your Switch. I
Yeah, but
didn't
like
say anything
why?
specific.
Justify it.
Oh, justify the extinction of a certain kind or a
Yep.
certain type of people.
Yeah.
Because
That's
it's
just
better for
genocide.
society.
Well, I mean,
That's just my
technically it might.
foundational axiom for why I did.
How's it
What?
gonna help society?
By less degeneracy.
Um, okay. And why do you think that it's a how do you know it is degeneracy? I mean,
We can see how what it influences, how it's declaratory to most protests, with most youth protests.
okay, if
Basically a
say
lot
I'm
of
a person
problems,
who doesn't
especially
protest.
to the young.
Say I'm a
What?
person who
Yeah.
doesn't
Okay.
protest. How am I
I
negatively
mean,
influencing
that's.
society?
I mean, the way you want people to treat you, that's not innate. It's not an intrinsic property for what's to follow. It's
What?
not
How's
something
that
that's been
harmful?
normalized. It's
Okay, that's
harmful
just an
because it.
appeal to like that's just a fallacy. It's not normal.
No, it's not a fallacy. What fallacy is it for
Yeah.
you to be specific?
Hold on. Okay, so you said it's not normal. That's
No. I'm not normal in the sense that it damages society, and you didn't let me follow. You didn't let me
okay. Go
follow up
ahead.
with my posteriori. Okay, so the reason I believe it damages society, well, basically, the let's say subject one be that of a non-binary individual like you, for example,
Sure.
surrounds that of a subject B who is not that of what you are, basically sharing not sharing the property of being transgender. They would in
Okay.
fact they would be influenced by you.
There's no evidence it's a social
Basically,
contagion.
what?
There's no evidence it's a social contagion. If that's what you're going for. Oh, I'm glad. Get out of here.
How's it going?
It's going well. I mean, kind of well, I guess. I don't know if you were here for
Oh no, I was BC banned. Wait, what
yeah,
happened?
there was a guy who came up here and was trying to justify a genocide against
Oh,
basically me.
against
Yeah, non-binary people. And I was like,
oh wow,
that's interesting, man. And then I
that's
called
quite
it
interesting.
rage bait and he was like dead serious.
Oh wow.
I just think it's
Well,
funny. I don't take people like that seriously.
yeah, maybe he just got like paid to do it, or maybe $5 or something. But
Yeah.
yeah. So I had a question about like hormonal levels. Like, are you familiar with testosterone, estrogen production, and all
Yes.
that stuff?
I am familiar with a lot of the science behind T people.
Oh, like pharmacology and aromatase inhibitors and whatnot, TRT even maybe.
I wouldn't not the last three specifically. No.
So so for a male transitioning to a female, would you prescribe them estrogen?
Yes. I mean if
Um,
they wanted to be if yeah, if that would alleviate their gender dysphoria then yes. If that would
a
help.
state such as Louisiana would not allow that to happen, specifically minors. What do
Yeah.
you have to say about that?
I mean, we can let the statistics of oofing rates. I have I have to censor myself. I'm sorry if it sounds like
Oh no,
stupid,
you're
but
good. Yeah, I understand what you're
we
saying.
can kind of let that speak for themselves. And also the regret rates are like 1% of people who um take it. I think it would be beneficial with no harm because if the alternative is um a way higher chance of oofing and those kind of thoughts. I think it's something around like 40%. Um,
Yeah,
unless you alleviate gender dysphoria because it causes a lot of distress in people. I think I do support um minors taking that. Yeah.
yeah, and so I had a friend who well, she purchased testosterone legally, and
Okay.
she was in California, and she was on TRT, and she was 19 at the time,
Mhm.
and she had, oofed herself, and she had a note written,
Okay.
and she said it was because of mental side effects, mental effects from
Of
transitioning.
T what
Well, not specifically T, more of the personal challenges that came with transitioning.
Okay, like you mean like societal challenges, like
More of
acceptance?
internal challenges with herself, and also she wanted to be identified as he slash. I mean, sorry, she
Yeah.
slash her.
Oh, okay, okay. I mean, I I don't really know what to say to that.
Yeah,
Like
it was
that's
just
unfortunate.
yeah, it's getting me teared up just thinking about it. But
Yeah,
I don't mean to be depressing, but yeah, it's
it's
just
okay.
it's just a problem I had. That's why I hadn't
Oh yeah.
really been talking about it
Yeah,
much
you should
because it
look
makes
in there are a lot of studies about this. People, especially now, people are looking into it. Ray, I don't know why that specific person did that, and I'm sorry that that happened, but I think
Mm.
overall it's beneficial for people to get access to um
yeah, I
the care that
agree. We
they
should be
need.
free to
Yeah.
change our hormonal levels based on your own needs and
Yeah.
uh, desires. And what annoyed me most was their parents were pushing this freedom, a freedom of
Mm,
choice. And on her note, I won't. If you
okay.
really wanted, I can maybe like share it to you through Gmail. It was on Docs,
I mean, it's
but
okay. I'm all right. I mean, I can
yeah, it
kind of
was pretty
understand.
sad.
Yeah.
It was around like 18 or 17 pages
Whoa.
of experiences. Yeah,
Yeah.
and this is like font 12, just craziness.
Yeah.
And yeah, and
Yeah.
basically it was she missed her own traditional life and how this freedom turned her into an animal, pretty much. And another
What do you
example
wait?
I had.
Can you go into
Oh
that
yeah,
more? What do you mean by that?
oh
Missing
yeah.
her
So
traditional
uh,
life.
there was an analogy brought up how the animal chases desire and it doesn't think rationally, and the traditional human conscious would prefer examining morality before pursuing their own desires,
What are
which
you
is
okay? Well, I
yeah,
mean, what are
which
you
is
using this to
very.
advocate for? I'm a little confused.
Oh no, this is just a more detail to what she was
Oh,
writing. Yeah, it was. There's probably 100 different topics she wrote in there, but
okay. Okay, I'll let up this next person. What's up? Hey,
Okay, so let me start my proposition. So my proposition would be the movement that you fit under based on by the identity you've given us.
Yeah.
We can recognize it as a form of degeneracy.
How?
All right.
What
That's
way?
my. Well, this is a proposition. This is a statement that's to be true or false. I'm going to show you why I believe it's true.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So let me serve you my functions. All right. So D for degeneracy is degeneracy is presence. Right. C would
Okay.
be degeneracy is contagious. Right. And E is extermination of degeneracy occurs, right? And G would be genocide. Basically, it's going to be applied
Okay.
to either the beginning functions or not, right? And S would be systematic collapse or widespread harm results from unchecked spread. So why we need to take the influence of that, why we need to allow influence from that of the movement, all right?
Okay.
Okay, so first of all, if degeneracy is present in one area, then it's contagious to its surroundings. So this captures observed patterns of cultural, behavioral, moral contagion via imitation,
Okay,
normalization.
it's not okay, where's your evidence it's morally
Okay,
contagion? It's a
okay, I'm gonna hand you that. Are you gonna let me
or like
serve my
contagion.
functions?
Yeah, but first I just want like your proof that it
I
is
mean, you
contagion.
interjected with no valid cause. I'm gonna
Yeah, no,
get
no,
to
my
that. I'll do
valid
that in a
cause is
second.
that everything else like builds
No,
on that.
yeah, it's chronological, bro. You can let it slide, bro.
No,
It's
I
people have
no.
their own way of
Okay, no, where is your evidence it's a social contagion?
well,
All of this
I'll give it
bill.
to you right after.
No,
I know,
give it
I'll
to me
give it
right
to you
now.
right.
We're pausing
Oh,
on
okay,
this.
okay, okay. I have the sources, so let me
Go
give it
ahead.
to you. So,
Is it
all right, let me give you
PubMed?
let me
What
give you
is
some
it?
sources. All right,
Sure.
let me give you one here. Let me give you the numbers from
I
PubMed.
need
All
a
right,
okay, yep, give me the numbers. Okay.
1295653 9.
Okay.
Dude, I think this is taking too much of our time. Are you gonna let me go on with my proposition?
I want to
Or
no, first I want the
I
proof
mean,
that
yeah,
it's
yeah.
that it is a social contagion.
Okay, so let me
Okay,
let
so
me find a study here.
is it called Wait, hold on. Is it called
It
prejudice,
begins with
social stress, and mental
yes,
health?
yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. That's what it is.
Higher prevalence of mental disorders.
Than heterosexuals.
Yeah, how does this prove it's a social contagion? You have another study?
Yeah, I mean, mental illness is a spread. Mental disorders is a spread.
Okay, where's that evidence?
It says right here.
Okay, hold on. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay,
You gotta be very careful with censoring yourself on here.
I will. I will. So, I'm gonna change my justification of what I mean by extermination. So, it doesn't
Okay.
have to be direct, in the sense that what most perpetrators of the certain process did, like by doing it direct. It can be indirect through that of just eugenics, the selective selective breeding
How would
through
we do
genetic
that?
by decreasing the amount of by not allowing the certain kind of people to actually be able to reproduce and continue the movement.
Do you think that not allowing those people would just like magically make all of the
I mean, yeah,
queer
of
people go
course they're
away?
gonna still try to disobey in some way or another, so we're gonna have to put them in a room. We're gonna have to disallow them. And if we are to catch that they are to reproduce, we're gonna have to, do what
Hmm.
we have to the offspring.
I think we should do the same with you. I gotta say.
I mean, you're
I
too late
gotta
for
say.
that, so that doesn't really
Too
matter.
late for that.
Okay, so
Hmm.
okay, so would you like to hear my argument, or would you like to continue to dodge?
Sure, I'll hear your argument. I'm not dodging anything. I'm simply
Okay,
not
so yes,
trying
we
to let
can we
you
can.
trap
I've
me
already
somewhere.
sourced you. Okay, I've already proven that mental illness comes from that of just being part of this movement.
No,
Okay,
you have not
we can.
proven that.
If we I have
Where have you proven that?
I have. Okay,
Was
so
it the study you
let
gave
you.
me?
Would you like
This
to? Yeah, yeah. I'll. Yeah, it
Okay,
was the
hold
same
on.
study. Yes.
Hi, I'm currently editing this video, and I just wanted to say this. The source he gave me, the evidence in the source, explains it as a correlation that says the LGBs have a higher prevalence of mental disorders than heterosexuals. He's also advocating for the entire community to have eugenics. This study only talks about LGBs. It doesn't talk about trans people. And also, it explains that stigma, prejudice, and discrimination create a hostile environment or a hostile and stressful social environment that causes mental health problems. So no, being in the movement doesn't cause hostile mental health problems according to his own source. It is the society that these people are in that is unsupportive. Someone give me evidence. I hate when people don't give me evidence.
Well,
uh
I'll just the moment you find the specific thing that
all
tells you
okay,
it, just let
but
me
all
know
of
and
your
I'll
thing
give you my syllogism.
the
What thing? Be
thing the
specific.
study you gave me says that stigma, prejudice, and discrimination create a hostile and stressful social environment that causes mental health problems. So your study is saying that stigma, prejudice, and discrimination are the problems.
Yeah, it's the environment, obviously. If the
Yes.
environment doesn't like it, then why should we like them?
What? Okay, how about we change the environment and then people will have lower mental health issues?
No, no, no. That'd be too much. That would be more to do than what we could just do by exterminating that of the people who
But does
are
it
following
help
the
any?
movement. That's being prejudiced.
But this is
It
actually
does actually,
helpful.
because it's
Do you think
yes,
people
because it's spreading mental illness. Most like
Okay, now give
if
me
you've
something
seen
that
the
says that
hold up,
it's
you're
yeah,
interjecting, you're
I
interjecting.
apologize.
Could
Go
you
ahead.
let me? Okay, so if you look into there was a mass pew that occurred in a Catholic church by that of a patient who suffered mental illness, and guess what? He took part in identifying himself through that of just non-binaryism. I think he was
Did you
no, I
know
think he
there
was
have
just trans.
been like more than 10 times as many cis people who do that? So why shouldn't we just like get rid of all of them?
What? Because they're normal. They don't suffer mental illness under that of what they identify from. And the individual. Well, the reason I'm
Do you have anything
referencing this
proving it's a
individual.
mental
Well,
illness?
interjecting.
Yes,
Yes,
I
he was
am.
mental. Yes, he was mentally ill. It was very
Yes.
obvious
Well,
because
yeah,
he
I
was
know I'm talking about specifically
Okay,
identifying as the other gender.
he was registered as mentally ill. So let me be clear here. In his manifesto, to which he provided to that of the authority before actually committing, no, he did be right before committing what he did. In his manifesto, he stated that one of his biggest regrets would be that of the switch to his identity. So we can take use of that. We can use that to cause for why he would do such a centric act, like that's not necessary and rather degenerative for our society. So
Okay.
I'm yet to see an individual
Well,
complain about
okay. It's not a
okay,
it's
go
not a
ahead.
massive. If not, it's not this massive problem in society. How many school people have there been in the like?
Oh,
I don't know in
there's
total.
actually been many. And you
Okay,
know the thing is, the reason I
how
actually know
many?
about these people is
Okay, how
because
many?
there's been like I can actually resource you like
Go
25
ahead.
maybe 50.
And how many
It's quite
cis
a lot if
people?
you ask me. There's people, but not for the same cost to why the people who are part of that movement did. It's not the same cost. So
What
why
movement are
should we
they a
blame
part
them?
of? What?
The
Why should we
LGBT movement.
blame them? Oh my god, man.
You're
Yeah.
interrupting me. If you're, I mean, if you let me actually come across my points, I'd actually argue more
Your
proficiently,
points
and we
make
could
no sense.
get
I
up.
just have to say.
Okay,
Like,
okay. Yeah, that doesn't mean you have to interject. I mean, you have I think you have mental illness yourself, considering that you don't want to give people time
cool.
to speak.
Well, yes, gender dysphoria is a mental illness. Thank you for yeah. Oh, VCB. You know what? I'm honestly glad. Hey, what's up? You wanna talk for a second?
Hello, my brother. Hello.
All right, go ahead. By the way,
I mean, what's up?
the study you
What's
gave
up,
me,
Finn? Wait. What should I classify you as for me to be proper and adjust with what you said?
person. What's up? What's up, fellow
No,
human?
I want to call you a thing, bro, because you're not. I think
A thing.
I think you're
Mm-hmm.
not what you believe you are.
A thing. I mean, I don't know. You can say "What's up, man." It doesn't matter to me because you'd probably just do that anyway. I mean, I don't know why you're trying to
What's up, Finn?
pretend to be respectful when you're
I'm
talking
not
about.
trying to be respectful. Respect
Yeah.
doesn't exist between you and I.
Well,
I
yeah.
don't believe. I don't
Well, yeah.
recognize.
You see me as a rat. I mean, it makes sense.
No, I don't. What's dude?
Don't you?
A
Oh,
rat
is that
is
the
like
other
way too
guy?
superior to
That
you.
might be the other guy.
Okay, so
He was talking about that.
okay. So would you? Okay, so
Again, censor yourself.
let me hand you my source thing. Let me hand you my source thing real quick, if you'd like.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it the 12956
Yeah,
source?
you can use that. You can use that. You can use that. Yeah, we do not want to continue with mental illness spreading through that of our society. We can recognize it as a
So, what is
degeneracy.
the solution to that? What is the solution to discrimination prejudice?
Eugenics.
You
Eugenics.
Yeah, why not just like teach people that it's okay to be who you are?
I mean, people are not okay with that. They don't want to
Why
do
does
that.
that matter? What does it matter what people are okay with?
Because if you want to enlist change, we must find a cause to how or why it
Okay,
can
this
be
study
done.
you
So
gave me says the cause is the prejudice. So why don't we work to get rid of prejudice?
because it would be much more easier to just go through eugenics.
Is it better though? Do you think it's morally better?
Yeah, it is.
In what
It is.
way?
We can just like throw away all the pieces of literature promoting the movement. We can just do anything of the
No,
sort to get rid of
okay,
it.
why is it morally better?
Because it's ethical in the sense that it reduces degeneracy, as you can recognize illness as degeneracy.
And this
That's not
thing
meant to be
says that prejudice is the cause of the mental thing.
Yeah, exactly. We wouldn't have to be prejudiced for things that don't exist no more, would we?
Okay.
I promise you there's no area in our world that prejudice will not exist. There's nothing that can
Yeah,
stop
I'm not
or
saying
make.
that. I'm saying that
Yeah,
like it's much better to at least try first. Maybe you could agree that first it's better to it would cause less harm to people if we
I mean, who
just
are
like
we? Who are we to be able to know to try? We can't try. None of us have power realistically. None of us are able to make
okay,
anything
then none of us
practical
have
as they
power
are.
for what you're suggesting
Yeah,
either.
but
I
we
don't
can make
know.
points more clear. You're going based off of whether or not something can happen or can it not. We haven't made it clear enough to discern whether or not what something's clear. I've made my points more clear than yours, is what I believe, and you're yet to back up your own points against mine.
My points are that your points are just like they don't.
Support your points.
Yeah, my point is that it's less harmful to simply
Harmful to what?
address. Okay, hold on.
The
It's
majority of the population
no.
isn't constituted by that of the movement you follow. You're going
I
based off
didn't
of
say that. What?
this. I mean, we can take this from a rural utilitarianist perspective. Would you rather spread degeneracy or allowance of degeneracy? That's not going to go extinct
It's not
anyway,
going to spread
separate
it
from
by
that of
allowing
rebellion.
this by creating more acceptance. It's going to decrease this.
No,
The study you
look,
gave me says that stigma, prejudice, and discrimination
I understand
create
that you're being
cause
redundant. So
mental health problems.
would you allow me to get my own points through without interjecting what I'm going to say? Okay, so
Yeah, but
first
I'm
of all,
okay.
my one of my points would be that there is no thing you can establish or actually come up with to make prejudice, stigma, discrimination extinct. So Why not
I'm
rule
not
that
saying we
out? Why
extinct
not?
it.
Why not? Okay, you're interrupting me. You're interrupting. Why not
I'm
make
correcting
the
you.
idea? Why not make the idea of allowance
It's a
extinct by not even making anything allowed for, not allowing people to be these specific people to be accepted by just exterminating them through means that are not as harmful as you believe they are by just not letting them reproduce.
that is harmful to them. There are people who want to
Harmful to them.
have families. Yes.
Harmful to the harm. Harmful to the harm is what you're saying going
The,
forward. I've
these
already
people.
helped
Okay.
you
No. No. No.
recognize
No.
that
No.
they are harmful.
No. The study that you gave me says that the prejudice against them is the harm, and that they are not the harm. Like, what? Are you going to give me a different
Yeah,
study that says the
yeah,
opposite? Then can you give
yeah,
me
yeah,
that
yeah.
study? Because
I
you're
don't
not.
think we would. I don't think. Hold on. Let me continue. I don't think we need to even. Well, yes, it's influenced by their environment. Yes, but
Yes. It
would there even
causes
would the
this.
existence?
Your
Wait,
study
would
says it
hold up. Stop
causes.
interrupting. Would the
Yes.
existence of people who hate them, who cause their mental illness, even exist for their existence? So the existence of prejudice, stigma, and discrimination is contingent by that of the existing LGBTQ movement, the ones who follow the movement, by versus that of the people.
Did you get voice chat banned again? Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, you again. Hi. What's up?
Okay, so would you like to keep on being redundant or actually listen?
I
Able to learn
will.
more about.
I will go with whatever you go with. Go ahead.
Okay, so you believe that you need to exterminate your kind,
Well, I
like
won't go
specifically
with
on that
it, but
category.
I will. I will
So you just said you did.
engage.
So you,
I will engage. That is what I meant. But I will go with it. I will
well,
engage with it.
you struggle to apply your own interpretations to what you say. So you can just use that
What do you mean?
as a source to. You said something wrong
Okay. When?
by your own means just now.
Okay, cool. So can we move on? You want to like talk about
I
what you were
mean,
talking about?
no, because I think that's a flaw in your argument. So I'm not gonna go on. I
I
think you're. I just.
I specified what I meant.
What do you mean by that?
I said I will go along with. I will listen. I will engage with your
No,
argument.
that's
That
not
is
what
what I
you
said.
said. You just changed. You just changed what you said.
Okay, I misspoke.
Yeah, you did. So that much. You might have just misspoken everything you just said. So you might be just wrong. So
I misspoke
all right, let's
one
move on.
time. This isn't like you're
Okay,
not
so
engaging with me anymore. Like, go on. Go on. What are you gonna say?
okay, so let me give my argument. So
Mhm.
so let me give you all my functions. So to begin with, I'll source it after if you'd let me. If you let me without interjecting with the random
Well,
points irrelevant to the one we're to pertain,
if
of
it
course.
builds, if
Okay.
you're,
See, you're already interjecting. I
I'm
think you have
explaining
manners to that of a
myself.
fifth.
I'm
I
explaining
know,
myself.
but I'm talking, am I not? You share the manners of to that of a 5-year-old, bro. You gotta listen, bro. You want to get your other people to listen to you.
Mm.
Okay, so let me share my functions. So we have D, C, E, G, S. So D stands for degeneracy existence in a society. C stands for degeneracy. Degeneracy is contagiousness, so its ability to spread. E is the extermination of degeneracy. So
Yeah.
whenever the extermination occurs, and
You should
G
just say
basically,
D. You should censor
you know what
yourself.
G
You
stands for.
should censor yourself and say D
Okay,
instead.
and
Or well, yeah.
C the motive to why we do that, why we do it, and I'll source S after being the motive to why we do such.
Okay.
So if degeneracy is present in one area, then it's contagious to its surroundings. It captures observed patterns of cultural, behavioral, moral contagion via imitation, normalization, network offense, or resource competition. C implies S. If contagiousness, then unchecked, spread leads to systematic collapse of harm. Contagion compounds local D, increases probability and severity
You're
of
forcing me
neighboring
to cut
D.
you off. You are forcing me to cut you off because you haven't provided evidence that it's a social contagion.
And that's why beforehand I told you I presuppose that I'm going
Yeah,
to
you're
give you sources
presupposing.
that.
Give me the source right now
Yeah,
so we
yeah,
can
I know,
keep
I know.
going.
No,
If you
no,
give
no,
me the
no. You
source, we
can.
can
I
keep
can.
going, dude.
I can do it in whatever order I like since I'm the one giving the
No,
argument.
hey,
So I'll
who
give it
is
to
the
you.
one who is in charge of this here?
Okay,
I
so
can.
then.
You want to
Okay, so then
talk? I'm
you're
letting you
not
talk.
willing to answer. Okay, then stop.
I'm willing to.
You're not letting me
Dude,
talk. You're gonna
listen.
interject.
Dude, listen. You're going to do this in the order of you have to back up your claims before you can move on to the next one,
Oh,
okay?
scary, bro. Just let me talk, bro. You're
If you
acting like a 5-year-old, bro.
Yeah, by wanting evidence, I'm acting like a 5-year-old, sure.
Yeah, but interrupting people before they give evidence is that
You're
asking for
not
evidence
giving
or
your
just being interrupted?
evidence. You're not
I
giving
know because I'm
evidence.
talking because I'm actively speaking. So
Okay, we
what
can
makes you
pause
think
at
that I'm
this
only gonna?
point. You give me evidence and then we can move on to your next point.
Okay, so let me confirm some
I
things. Let me
believe you
confirm
do
some
not have
things.
evidence. That is why I am stopping
Okay,
you here.
okay.
So
So
if you have
let me give
evidence,
you
prove it. Prove it.
okay. Let me tell you how I'm gonna do it. All right. So first, I'm gonna create a claim. All right. I'm gonna justify it through what I recognize as what and why we should push forward through resourcing, which is what you're asking for right now. Before I even be able to justify, and then following the resourcing, I'll actually imply towards why it's important, and then we can jump towards that of a conclusion. So, are you willing to let me do that?
Sure.
Rather behave like that of a 5-year-old. Okay, so I've already made my claim, my proposition being that the LGBTQ movement is a form of degeneracy. All right,
Okay.
I'm gonna form a justification that's to be resourced following it through data sourcing, which is what you're asking for. Okay, so let me restart. I posit the first claim that if degeneracy is present in one area, then it is contagious to its surroundings. This is captured through observed patterns of cultural, behavioral, moral, contagion via imitation, normalization, network effects, or research in competition. And all sources for you after, right? Just to let you know.
I
Okay,
don't
so
want
C
you to
implies
source this
S.
for me
If
after.
contagious,
If you're going to move on to
okay,
your next point
see,
that builds on what you were already
yeah, you're
saying, I
just
would like
dodging,
evidence
you're
for what you were
dodging,
already saying.
you're
Dude,
dodging,
if you
buddy.
can't handle evidence, if you can't handle me
You're
asking you for
dodging.
evidence, you
I,
have none. That's all I have to say.
I'm going
If
to
you
give it
have
to you, but you're
evidence,
not
give
letting
it
me
to
get
me
to the step
right
to which
now.
I'll be able.
Give it to me right
Okay, I'll give
now.
it to you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll give it to you. Relax, bro. Relax.
Thank you.
Don't get too emotional now.
Mm.
This might be some. You might actually be able to be my source for why I think this is like bad, and this is why we need extermination.
I
You're
haven't
just
even
proving my
made a
points, bro.
claim. I'm just listening to you,
Dude, you're
man.
actually, yo, you're actually
Oh, well, no, I
exemplar,
have.
bro.
I guess I've made
You're
a claim.
you're actually exemplar to what I'm talking about, bro. You're just showing you're just showing degeneracy take place through that of the LGBTQ movement, bro. So let's source you,
Okay.
alright? I'm gonna use you as a form of degeneracy because you already proven me enough to why you are indeed a degenerate, alright? So if we
Okay.
continue to let imbeciles like you reproduce, our society will crumple and fail through the use of reproduction by
Your
being
fallacy
subject to
counts are
you.
going through the roof, man. You're not actually, like,
Okay,
talking.
name
We're
all of
not
them. Name
debating.
all of them. Separate. Name all of
Yeah,
them
ad
except ad
hominem.
hominem. Name all. That's all. Yo, these
Sure.
guys who are on this game just learn one fallacy, then use it repeatedly wrongly,
Okay.
bro. It's so
That
funny,
isn't.
bro.
No, that wasn't ad hominem. You're calling me a.
Oh, 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 yeah, speak up, bro. You don't even know what you're talking about. You're
I
lazy,
do know
bro.
what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh, dude. Guys, please have evidence. Please have evidence if you're gonna debate me. Okay, hello. You don't need to debate me. That guy was just debating me. You can just ask me questions if you want. Go ahead. Hi, thank you for watching the entire video. I just quickly want to say you don't have to agree with me, but I think we should at least agree that that guy had no idea what he was talking about and didn't have any evidence because he didn't present any. Regardless of whether or not you agreed with him, he did not provide any evidence. I believe there is no evidence, but hey, if you have evidence of how it's socially contagious, put that in the comments, give me some engagement. But yet again, thank you for watching. Make sure to like if you want this to be recommended to more people and have a higher likelihood of me making a part 2 with the other guy who was talking. The other guy who, by the way, compared me to a rat and compared me to literal poop. So, yep.